Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. While we have this Tesla in for some work, we're going to prep it, and it hasn't been washed for a while, so that gives me the perfect opportunity to share my experience with the Bilt Hamber Auto Foam and Touchless and Auto Wash shampoo system. Let's talk about and grab the auto foam first. Up there, when it comes to the pH scale, alkaline, and works well on traffic film and bonded contaminants. Now, this one here I would grab if a car came in just like this Tesla. We need to prep it for protection. We want to remove any old waxes, traffic film, bonded contaminants, and then we would move on to the auto wash for the contact wash. So let's grab the auto foam. When you're using auto foam, you need to keep in mind your PIR, or your panel impact ratio. And in order to come up with the perfect numbers for that, you need to take into consideration what you're using when it comes to a pressure washer, your foam lance, and the trigger itself. When it comes to heavily soiled vehicles such as this Tesla, 5 in 100 PIR is recommended. For lightly soiled vehicles, 1 part in 100 would be recommended. And to come up with the perfect PIR, you do want to take into consideration the equipment you're using, a pressure washer with a lance or a pump sprayer. The non-caustic auto foam will give you a nice layer or blanket of wet foam, and that will give the surfactants a chance to run down the side of the vehicle and wet out the contaminants, break them down, emulsify them, lift them from the surface enough that you can rinse them free before the contact wash. For me, this is the perfect TFR. And it, again, is non-caustic. It's biodegradable. It doesn't contain the sodium hydroxide, guys. That's what's used in a lot of shampoos as a thickening agent to make them thick like molasses. The only problem is continued use can dry out paintwork. If you have a chip in the paint, it can get in there and start or causing rust, deep scratches, or chips that are down to the metal. That's regular use. A product like this does not contain the sodium hydroxide, and you can use it a lot more with less worry. So without any contact whatsoever, the auto foam did a fantastic job. Not perfect. There are still some bug guts and some contaminants down near the bottom of the vehicle, the lower doors and the rockers. But for the most part, huge improvement already without even touching the vehicle. That includes wheels and wheel wells. Let's move along to touchless. And this one here I would grab if I were maintaining or washing a vehicle that's already coated or already protected or has PPF. It's more gentle, biodegradable, sugar-based, and will give you a wet foam. So it will also have a nice balance of just running down the car at enough of a pace where it can keep wetting and re-wetting contaminants, but emulsify them and break them down and do its job before rinsing. For a quick recap, I'd grab the auto foam for a vehicle that needs to be prepped for paint correction, paint protection film, or coating, and then for a safer form of cleaning, the touchless, which is meant to be teamed up with touch on in their contactless system. Let's move along to the auto wash. The auto wash is another one that is formulated without the thickeners or waxes or salts, and that's great for vehicles. Again, with paint chips or deeper scratches, it doesn't come out in the thick ribbons. It mixes in with the water immediately, as you can see here. Easily and quickly produces nice thick foams. You can feel a bit of the lubrication. They require 5 milliliters or a teaspoon to every 10 liters of water. Here in the States, go with 1 to 2 ounces for every 3 gallons. And that is with the hard water that we have here taken into consideration. And you can really go down the rabbit hole with this PIR stuff and hard water and maybe hard water fighting agents in your system. You just need to play a little bit, experiment, and you'll come up with the perfect ratio. The contact wash was a good experience. If you have the right mitt, it will feel like you have enough suds to wash the whole vehicle just with one mitt and a couple squeezes here and there. You could feel the lubrication, not quite as much as some of the shampoos that are out nowadays, but I have no complaints whatsoever. It rinses away freely, very easily as well. Really depending on how you dry it, if it's protected and you could dry it with a shop blower or a leaf blower, then really the only time you make contact during the wash process is during the contact wash with mitts. And if you have multiple mitts, keep them clean, change out the water, keep them nice and fluffy. Your love marks will be kept to a minimum. Final results I'm happy with. Again, not perfect, but no shampoo is. I will have to bring it in and use Citral 266 on some areas like the front bumper where there's real stubborn bug guts and lower areas where we have some line paint and some other contaminants. But overall, the experience was a good one, and I would rate it a good 7.5 out of 10. So let me share quite honestly what I do at the shop. I'll swap out the auto wash for the Apex Auto Wash. I'll use the auto foam for the traffic film and to prep those coming in for correction and protection. Those coming in for maintenance, I'll hit it with the touchless and then use the Apex Auto Wash for contact wash. Let me know down in the comments section your experience with the 3 shampoos. Brian from Apex Detail, catch you in the next video.